Hello everybody, this is Kelly at Soapworks. Thank you for stopping in to soap with me today. I'm getting ready to make a batch of soap that is going to be scented in a fragrance that I picked out as something that I would like in a soap. And this one is called Pink Chiffon. It smells absolutely beautiful. It's such a feminine, just feminine, beautiful fragrance. Oh, I see here it's a Bath and Body Works dupe. I wasn't aware of that when I purchased it. I've never smelled the original Pink Chiffon by Bath and Body Works, but this one from Wholesale Supplies Plus, straight out of the bottle, smells fantastic. So I'm hoping that it is going to smell that good in the finished soap. So today I am going to be doing a very soft pink base. This here is called Fandango Pink. This is a really beautiful pink. I'm just going to use a little bit of it, so it will be a lot lighter than this. The base color won't be this pink. So that's going to be the base. And then here are my colors. This here is called Ripe Berry Mica. This is just a beautiful kind of like magenta, dark pink. This is from Micas and More. Next, I have Orange Coral Mica. This is also from Micas and More, and this is one of my very favorite colors that they have. It is such a beautiful, like just deep orange color. And then lastly here I have a little sample that she has sent me. This is called Plum Purple. It's a really beautiful deep purple. I don't believe you can purchase this one yet at Micas and More. I don't believe she's going to have this available until maybe September or October. That kind of rings a bell, but this will be available at Micas and More eventually, but I'm testing this out today. It is a really pretty purple, so those are the colors that I'm going to be working with, and hopefully this fragrance is going to behave well. It does have 1% vanillin in it, which normally isn't that big of a deal. I've used plenty of fragrances that have 1%, and it doesn't change the color of the soap at all. But then I've had other ones that are 1% and they go tan. So we'll just have to see what this one is going to do. Now I'm going to be using my tall and skinny mold, so I normally will always do some sort of a hanger swirl with my tall and skinny. I haven't really decided what it is that I'm wanting to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get my additives blended up. And my additives are goat milk powder, white kaolin clay, let's see, what else? Goat milk powder, white kaolin clay, oh, and a little bit of colloidal oatmeal. Not very much. I put about a tablespoon of tablespoon of the colloidal oatmeal in. Gosh, I couldn't get the words out there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my lye solution in. I'm soaping at room temperature. My lye solution has Tessa silk fiber, sodium lactate, and about 2 teaspoons of sugar. And this is just my regular recipe that I use most often. It is olive, palm, coconut, avocado oil, argan oil, babassu oil, shea butter, castor oil, and this one has a little bit of grapeseed oil in it, as well as I used the grapeseed oil to mix my colorants, to mix my mica. When I mix my mica with oil, that is just extra oil, like kind of like a super fat that's going into the soap. I don't take the oil out of my batch. I always just add extra in my colorants. So I'm going to go ahead and get this emulsified. Alright, so I have my batter blended up here to a nice emulsification. I'm not at any kind of trace, as you can see. I will never really bring my soap batter to trace. I always just emulsify. In my own experience, if I bring it to a light trace, it just moves way too fast on me. Just way too quick, as opposed to just getting it emulsified and starting out with a really thin batter. I have plenty of time to get my colorants and my fragrance all mixed up before it gets, you know, out of hand. Unless, of course, I'm dealing with a fragrance oil that's just gonna misbehave no matter what I do. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, I do want to have a little bit of white in this, but not a whole lot. But I'm still going to use a big cup just so I could fit my stick blender in there to do a little bit of TD. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put TD in this and kind of add white to this before I add my pink, just so I really do get a light pink. And then I will pour some white off into a cup before I add my pink colorant. I think that will actually work out a lot better. Okay, so I'll just split up for the other colors that I have. Alright, you guys, so I have my colors blended up. I am thrilled with this beautiful light pink that I got. That's exactly what I had in mind, just perfect. And I'm also extremely happy with the way that this plum purple has turned out. It's a really beautiful, deep purple. It's really pretty. I thought when I first saw it just in the bag, I thought, oh, it kind of looks like really similar to the other purples that I have. But in the soap, it really is a deeper purple, so that's really exciting. So we'll see how it turns out in the soap. I think this color combination is going to be absolutely lovely. So I'm going to go ahead now and get my pink chiffon fragrance oil mixed in. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so beautiful. I can't wait until this one is cured. Let's see how it behaves. I'm hoping there's not going to be any ricing or anything. No, not so far. It almost like it's really sweet, but then also kind of musky and like lightly floral. So it's just like a really feminine fragrance. Alright, so it blended up really nicely. It may have thickened up the soap just a little bit, but nothing like really crazy. It's still going to be extremely workable. I'm not going to have any issues that way. And I am crazy about this fragrance now that I liked it before out of bottle. It was great. I thought it was a beautiful fragrance, but mixed into the soap, I am in love with this fragrance. This is perfect. I hope that it sticks. Okay, so I'm just gonna wing it. I don't really have a set plan in mind. I'm just gonna start with a good little layer of base pink. Just do some random striping. I'm not going to do it down the side of the mold like I normally would stripe in my tall and skinny. I do an awful lot of those. I've kind of been having a lot of fun just doing just messy stripes with no rhyme or reason, and then just whipping a hanger through it. I've been getting some really neat patterns and soaps that way. So I'm going to try it in the tall and skinny. Okay, so now that I have it almost up to the top, I'm going to do my hanger swirl now, and I'm just going to go down to the bottom of this side and kind of do figure eights in there. And hopefully that'll give us a nice little pattern. I really am liking this color combination. I think it fits the fragrance very nice. Okay, now all I need to do is just get as much of this soap as I can fit in this mold. I always have a little bit left over when I do a 2.5 pound batch. If I just do a 2 pound, it's not quite enough. If I do a 2.5, then I have a little bit left over, and I just do little samples. So this is what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I got the soap into the mold, and I got everything striped here on the top. This is one of my favorite ways to do a top in my long mold, this tall and skinny mold. So let me make sure you guys can see good. Okay, so I just zoomed you guys in slightly, so hopefully you can get a little bit better view of what I'm going to do. But like I said, this is one of my favorite kind of tops to do in this tall and skinny mold. It's just kind of like the little braided look. So you just start at one side and kind of scoop under, over, under, over, under, and just kind of do like you're braiding them together. And it just leaves such a pretty pattern on the top. I just love the way that looks. And if you have any sections that look kind of funny, you can try to mess with it. I try not to mess with it too much once I've done my initial you know, pass, just because it gets muddied up really quickly, or it can get muddied up really quickly. But I usually will kind of mess with the ends, because that's where it kind of doesn't look really good. So I'll kind of mess around with the ends and try to make them look a little nicer. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So that is the way that this one has turned out. I'm happy with the colors. I think it's going to be really pretty soap. Hopefully the pattern is nice. I'm loving the colors and the scent, so hopefully the pattern will do it justice. So tomorrow, when it's ready to cut, I will bring you guys back so you can see what we have created today. See you tomorrow. Alright, you guys, here we are back with pink chiffon. I am super excited to cut into this one. I'm really loving this color combination. It reminds me of sherbet. This totally reminds me of the good old rainbow sherbet from Baskin Robbins. And the scent on this is so beautiful. I can't wait until this is cured enough for me to give it a try in the shower, because this is such a beautiful, just, I said it before, super feminine, soft, sweet fragrance. It's really lovely. So I'm happy with the way, obviously, the colors turned out. I'm very happy with the design that I have here on the top. So hopefully the hanger swirl that we have inside is going to be something that I'm happy with as well. This one behaved really good. The fragrance oil didn't give me any weird issues. It just behaved beautiful. So this one will be a new favorite of mine if the scent is going to stick around in the soap throughout the cure. So let's just give this one a cut and we will see what we got for design. This is always so exciting to cut. Oh, that's lovely. Have a couple little air bubbles here. I saw air bubbles coming up to the top. Man, that pink is such a lovely color, this light pink base. Really pretty. But I noticed air bubbles coming up to the top in this one, and so I tapped the mold down really well, and they just kept coming up and kept coming up, and I tapped this one way more than I ever, beat down the air bubbles, and they just kept coming up. So I finally just stopped, and I can't believe that I'm seeing air bubbles still. So somehow I had incorporated a whole bunch of air into this soap, and even though I spent quite a bit of time whacking it down, I'm still seeing a few. That is a beautiful pattern. I'm very happy with the way this looks. I think it fits this fragrance. The colors, just, it's so soft and feminine and lovely. It fits the fragrance is what I'm saying. The colors and the design. So I'm happy with that. The top is really pretty. Look at that beautiful design there. I love that. Cool. The scent is still really strong today. Of course, I just made it yesterday, so we have a long way to go, but I do think that this one is not going to fade out because it is pretty strong. That is a really pretty pattern. I love that. Ooh, this one's neat. Hope you guys can see it okay. I just ordered another one of these tall and skinny molds from American Soap Supply. This is my favorite mold by far, but I only have one of them. So on the days where I make, multiple soaps, once this one is in use, then I have to use a different mold, and so I ordered another one. They're a little bit pricey. I think they're $43. But this is just the best mold. So now I'll have a couple of them, so that's cool. Because I really prefer the shape of this one. They fit in the hand a lot nicer than the other mold that I have that is a much wider bar. So that plum purple that I tested out is really gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. It's not light. I mean, it's still dark, but it's like a softer, kind of like a softer purple than the other purples that I have from Micah's and More. So that's a winner. I would definitely purchase that. That's really pretty. As I get further and further into the loaf, I'm liking the pattern and the swirls more and more. Really gorgeous. Oop, I just whacked the top of that. Oh, didn't even ding it. This is pretty hard today. It is really late. It's about midnight. So it's been sitting in the mold for quite a while now. Isn't that pretty? Love that. Just a few more to cut here. The top is so beautiful. It's really shiny. It had some soda ash on it, not too much, but I gave it a good steam and it just made the colors just come back to life. And they're really, really pretty and shiny. Okay, this is my last cut here, last piece. And more air bubbles. Unbelievable. I don't know how I got so much air in this batch here. Strange. So nice. I'm very happy with this one. It's just perfect. Couldn't have got a better swirl. It's wonderful. Alright, you guys, so this is it for the pink chiffon. Absolutely love this beautiful fragrance. Happy with the way the soap turned out. That color that I was testing out is wonderful. So, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.